I'm going to show you how easy it is to make cauliflower rice. So a really low carb alternative to rice, but it feels like you're not missing out because it really is like rice. So all you need is cauliflower. Now I've noticed that they've started selling this in the supermarket, and it's so interesting because this is literally going to take 5 seconds. But I always find it interesting that they sell it in the supermarket. You could probably make this without a Thermomix if you wanted to, but why would you if you own a Thermomix? It's going to be a lot quicker and a lot less mess. So first of all, we've got cauliflower. One thing I've noticed when we are cutting it into florets is that you want to have kind of minimal stem when you do this. So just make sure you cut the cauliflower florets like with minimal stem to do this. And it works best with, you know, about 300 to 350 grams at a time. And if you want to do more than that, do it in batches. So I've got the Varoma on top here because I'm going to use that as like my bowl. So I'm popping the scales on and I'm just going to weigh in the florets until I've got about 300 or 350 and weigh it as I go. So, all right, I'm going to need a little bit more. Similar size florets if you can too. So, you know, when you get the really big ones, just kind of, you know, like that, just put it into smaller ones. That'll do, I think. So just shy of 300. Now, all we have to do is now turn that into the mixing bowl, making sure you got nothing in there that we forgot about. Pop it all in. And with the measuring cup on, you don't want any little bits of cauliflower rice flying all around your kitchen. We want to contain it in there. The key here with this is that you do it on reverse. So if you're not sure where reverse is in manual when you're cooking manually, it's this little icon of the blades at the bottom of the speed dial here. So if you just tap that, you'll see it turn into a green reverse symbol and it will tell you that reverse is activated. So just make sure reverse is activated on this one. Now we tap on the time. I'm gonna do about 4 seconds and then turn it up to a speed of 4 to 5, depending on your cauliflower floret size. All right, nice. Now you can decide if you want it a second more, a little bit finer or a little bit chunkier. That's completely up to you. I'm gonna do it for maybe 1 more second so that it's to my liking. So I can either set that up to 1 second or I can stop it in 1 second, but I think I'll have the machine stop it in 1 second just to be sure. So turning to 5. And that should be it. That 1 little extra second should be all good. Let's check this out. Yeah, amazing. Cauliflower rice in 5 seconds as opposed to the high carb alternative of rice, which takes half an hour. Now all we're gonna do is put that into the Varoma and we steam it. So just a real light steam, so it's still got that crunch about it. Now, a couple of tips here. So there's a few ways you can do this. So with the cauliflower rice, it's great to make the cauliflower rice while you're cooking something else in the Thermomix because it steams lightly on top. The other option is you can just, if you're just making the cauliflower rice to go with something else, you can just add some water into the Thermomix and steam it lightly. And the other alternative, which is what I'm gonna do with this one, is that now that I've made the rice, I'm actually gonna portion it and freeze it raw, so that then when I need it, I can just pull it out in the amount that I need it and add it to the hot dish. For me, I find that it doesn't need to be cooked because I only like it really lightly cooked. So if I was to cook this and then freeze it and get it out for a side of a meal, it would be a bit mushy and not enough like rice. They are the options to use this cauliflower rice. You can choose what's right for you. I will talk you through the steaming process though, in case that is what you want to do with it. So if you want to steam it, just, you know, it's not being steamed on anything on top of anything else while it's being cooked. Just pop the scales on. And pop in about 250 to 300 grams of water. You don't need much, because the more water you use, it just is going to mean that it takes longer to heat up. So we pop on the lid, take the measuring cup out and use our Varoma. You can also use the basket if you're doing a short, like a small portion. But this just ensures it gets cooked evenly as well. So from the home screen, you want to always start less and you can increase more, right? So we want to I'll put about 5 minutes on here. And on the Varoma temperature, the top temperature, keep turning until you see Varoma, and then just a speed of 1.5. And after 5 minutes, I'll check that, I'll give it a little bit of a stir, see if it needs any more, and extend the time by a couple of minutes, only if needed. So that is how easy it is to make cauliflower rice. And it is so much better for you nutritionally than regular rice, especially if you're on a bit of a weight loss journey and you're looking at ways to reduce your carbohydrate intake. This is an amazing way to do it. Just a simple, easy swap can often make a big difference over time. And you think that's just one little swap, but a few little swaps like that in your routine do make a big difference over time. So this recipe is in my Weeknight Dinners Made Simple program and the recipe ebook as well. And it's kind of paired with some of the recipes as a side, but it's also there as a basic recipe, just like I've showed you today, so that you can use it and incorporate it into any recipe as any side that has rice that maybe you want to exchange it for. So check out my Weeknight Dinners Made Simple program or just the recipe ebook if that suits you better.